Hello, everyone. This is Tom Nook. It's 11:30 a.m. this happy Friday, June 14th, 2024. Now then, I'm sure you can all guess what I'm going to tell you next. It's today's big announcement. As stated in a previous broadcast, today we've completed construction of the Resident Services building. That's not all the big news for today. We've also added someone to our island staff. Come on over. Hello, I'm Isabel. As Mr. Nook said, I'm part of the Resident Services staff here on Moreau. While I still have much to learn, I will do my best to support everyone who calls this island home. Isabel has previously done resident support work, so I'm sure she'll be a big help to everyone here. We got more to share. The building isn't the only new thing around here. We gave the plaza some much-needed improvements as well. Normally the plaza is for residents and visiting peddlers who take advantage of its prime location, but keep an eye out for occasional seasonal events, too. Should be such fun for everyone. Yes, yes. Well, I believe that wraps up all my announcements for today, except for one final thing. This was my very last broadcast. Starting tomorrow, Isabel will be your news source for Island News. I'll do my best to share all the latest updates with you, so I hope you'll tune in often. Yes, yes, there you have it. New building, new island staff. We are growing. Find out what's new at Resident Services is as easy as stopping by and inquiring. Of course, we plan on holding a ceremony to commemorate the new Resident Services building. We'd love for everyone to take part. I believe that sums it all up. Isabel and I will be there to help you whenever you need us. What is up, my Squirtleites? It is I, your king, welcoming you back to more Let's Play Animal Crossing New Horizons. In the last episode, it was kind of a nothing day. That was mainly just because we were buying time waiting for Resident Services to open up, and it is here now, which is exciting to say the least, and there is a whole lot of stuff that we're going to be going over because of it. But first things first, before I do absolutely anything else, I just need to add a few things to the list of stuff that we accomplished yesterday, mainly because I did a lot of this off screen. But if we head on in here, you'll notice, look at my storage space, 115 out of 120. Look at all of the wood that I chopped. Oh my gosh, I chopped absolutely every single tree on the entire island, as well as grabbed a whole bunch of oranges too, which are going to come in handy a little bit later. These are all just for storage for now. I will be using them for future projects. But yeah, tons and tons of wood, although you can see I mostly got hardwood. I think that's just kind of the way the cookie crumbled. Tons of that stuff. And we should be set on wood for at least a little while. But there are so many things we're going to need to take care of today and so little time to do it. Well, I mean, these episodes are longer, but you know what I mean. It's going to take a while to get through absolutely everything. So first things first, we actually helped Gulliver in the last episode, so he gave us something, which is cool. And then Nook Incorporated, update for Resident Services. To celebrate the opening of the new Resident Services building, we have a lot of new Miles Redemption items available. Plus, we now have a new service for Nook Pals Must members to earn 5 times more miles. A commemorative gift is attached. All right, let's take a look at these new things, and let's also take a look at our Nook Miles Plus and see if that is available. It is! Okay! Today, it's a ×5 for selling a hot item for a fortune. So once per day, although I don't think it's guaranteed to be every day, but once per day, you will have, at least, you will have an option to get a ×5 bonus. Now, we're going to definitely have to take advantage of that, because I'm going to be spending a lot of Nook Miles today. It's actually also probably a good idea for me to grab some fruit, for the main reason that I am going to need to sell some for Nook Miles, and then we'll take a look at these gifts. But we got, like I said, we got a lot to do today. Also, that is a very interesting place to sit down, Agnes, but okay. Let's have a look here. Let's see. It's a swinging bench. Okay, I definitely have the pieces to make that, so I'm going to have to get around to doing so. You notice all of our orange trees are pretty much barren, and again, that's because I shook absolutely every single one between episodes. Oh my goodness. Oh, I got a free Nook Miles ticket. Well, I'll take that. That's awesome. And we also, a geisha wig. Why don't we wear that for a second? Oh yeah, that is so unbelievably flattering. I mean, it's nice, it's different, I can see a whole lot of outfits and designs that could fit with, but we'll get into that a little bit more later. For now, let's head on over to Resident Services, and let's start actually by talking to you. Hey, hi there. Oh, right, didn't I see you at the store a while back? I knew you looked familiar. No worries if you forgot. My name's Mabel. I'm an old friend of Timmy, Tommy, and Tom Nook. We go way back. Anyway, that's how I heard about Moreau and came out here to sell clothes and stuff. My dream is to open my own shop right here on the island, but I gotta build up a customer base first. I'll try to stop by a couple times a week, so if you see me around, don't be a stranger, all right? Oh, hey, since you're, right here, you want to see the stuff I'm selling today? I'd love to look. Okay, so yeah, Mabel wants to open up a store, but we're going to need to probably buy some of her goods first before she's actually able to move here. So why don't we buy a few things? We'll get some shoes here really fast. I don't know if I want to snorkel much. I mean, I don't know. I think that could actually be kind of a nice thing to add with my I could add that with my swimsuit whenever I'm going out diving and whatnot. So let's buy that. And you notice the amount of cash I have right now. We are right at the cusp of having enough to pay off our debt. And in fact, selling those pairs should put me over the line. But I would like to spend some money first before I accrue more money. I think I'll also get the Explorer shorts. Why not? Just want to buy a few things that are going to, one, to add to my wardrobe because I've been wearing the same clothes since the beginning of this Let's Play, but also just because I do want to spend some money to encourage Mabel to move here. Unfortunately, none of that's really stuff that I want to put on right this second, but in due time, that will change. Don't you worry. We're going to mess around with our wardrobe a lot in future. All right, let's head on inside. And welcome to the brand new Resident Services, everybody. Levi, hello. Welcome to the new and improved Resident Services tent. Oh, did I say tent? Of course I meant building, and we couldn't have built it without your help. Now, as I mentioned in my broadcast, we need new support staff for a new building, so Isabel is here to take good care of us. You're Levi, right? Mr. Nook has told me about you. I just started today, so I'm sure I'll have my hands full learning all the ins and outs of the new job. But I'm already smitten with island life, so you can count on me to give my absolute best. And there you have it. Isabel and I will split up duties here to better support you all. Broadly speaking, I'll take care of anything related to homes or other construction issues. Isabel will help you with general island matters and resident support. Sit at the appropriate counter when you need help, and we'll rush over in 2 swishes of a raccoon's tail. In fact, have a seat now so we can introduce you to some new services. Now, with that out of the way, I have something I'd like your help with. When you have a moment, please sit at my counter. Hope I can count on your continued support of Moreau and our new resident services building. Well, let me check the Nook Stop first before I do anything else. And it says, notice from the Nook Knowledge Program, we're sorry that Nook Stop was unavailable. To make up for that, we're giving any customers who access the Nook Stop today 500 miles. Also, regardless of your access history, your daily access bonus will be set at 7+ days tomorrow. Hope you continue to use this Nook Stop in the Nook Mileage. So yeah, so my bonus does not reset, which is awesome. You can now also order posters of models you've called to Photopia via Special Goods and Nook Shopping. We hope you continue to enjoy. All right, let's start with redeeming Nook Miles, and this is where things get really interesting. So suddenly, our scroll button has gotten a whole lot smaller because there are a lot of things. Now, first of all, we have bell vouchers. I do believe these are only worth like 3,000 bells per 2 or 3,000. If you really want to waste your miles on these, I'm sorry, but I just don't ever think that this is a good idea because it's just, by the time you have so many miles that you're just giving them away willy-nilly, you're going to have more than enough money that there's no reason to do this. If you really need bells in a pinch, I guess that's a good idea, but I'm not personally a fan of it. We got the Pro Camera app, which adds more settings to our camera app. I'm not going to be buying that immediately. We got the Design Pro Editor and the Patterns Plus. The Pro Editor gives us more options for actually changing our designs, but the Patterns Plus allows us to access other people's designs for more creation. We're going to actually get our hands on both of these, but there's one in particular that I'm really wanting to go after. First things first. Okay, oh my gosh, I forgot how many freaking things. There's a donation box. Oh my gosh, there's so many things. Okay, sorry. Let's start with this. Okay, so we got more eye colors and more hairstyles that have been added. I'll be sure to get those at some point, don't you worry. We got the ultimate pocket stuffing. This adds the 4th layer to our pockets, which is the absolute biggest that our pockets can ever get. This is the main reason that I wanted to have 8,000 Nook miles for when this opened today, because more than anything, you need this. This is going to make your life a whole lot easier. I definitely need it. I have been dying for it this entire time. So if we take a look, well, I think it's going to put us back in the Nook Stop. Oh no, we can take a look. There we go. Look at that whole extra line of space. That is a gigantic difference maker, and is going to come in handy from here on out. Very first thing you want to get. All right, let's continue going through these. We have the Pro Decorating License, Hip Reaction Collection. This is to add more reactions, and you get quite a few from this if I remember correctly. We also have, okay, this is where things get really crazy. So we've had these DIY recipes for the fences for a couple of days, but now we get a whole lot more DIYs that we can buy to create to really spruce up the island. So you notice right off the bat that there's a bunch of little things like the silo outdoor bath, a fountain that you can put in like a plaza or something. I don't know, just as an example. You can make stalls, wells, also wave breakers to put out on the beach. Tons and tons of options that you can add to your DIY collection, but the big one, of course, here is the Robot Hero. Now, remember how I said every single time you help out Gulliver, they will get rusted parts sent to the recycle bin? Those are what you need to save up for to get this guy. I believe you need 20 rusted parts, so it's going to take a while. But what's more, there are actually also special items that you can also order to continue to spruce up your island. Everything from street lamps to utility poles to drink machines, public bench, tourist telescopes, park clocks. Look at all this stuff. Phone box. I actually like the... Wow, I've never seen that color of phone box before. That's actually really cool. A bunch of plaza items. A lot of these things were also added in a later update too. I believe the plaza stuff in particular was added later on. Soccer goals, solar panels. Look, you got a lighthouse. You can even get your very own Godzilla. And there's a pool, a teacup ride, just a ton of stuff. And then of course there's the regular Nook Inc. Items. So yeah, there's a lot here. However, when it comes to the DIYs, you can buy as many of these as you absolutely want. You could buy all of them if you can afford it right now, and then you learn them, and then you're good, and you can just create them whenever you have the materials for it. These, on the other hand, you can only buy 5 at a time, and you might also notice that some of them come in some pretty garish colors. Now, there is a way to change the colors for these, but we do not have access to it right at this very moment. We will soon, but it's going to take some time before we get to that point. So if you don't like any of the colors here, do not fret. You will be able to change some of them later on. But yeah, a lot of these are really, really nice things to have. At least I think so, for making our island better, and I will be ordering them in future. But obviously, I need to get the Nook Miles to do so. All right, for our remaining Nook Miles, let's see. I am going to get the Pro Decorating License first. Let's do that. And we'll talk about this a little bit later. Now generating Pro Decorating License. There we go. All right, your order has been printed. Give it to me. Is this I see this totally makes sense now? Yep, it is. I absolutely love that. Got my Pro Decorating License. Now I can use accent walls and ceiling items to realize my vision. Okay, so we'll talk about those a little bit, but these are advanced for decorating the inside of your house. You can actually start to hang like fans and lights on the ceiling, as well as accent walls, which we'll talk about those soon enough once I actually expand my house a little bit more. But those are nice for compartmentalizing your room. You can actually place walls against other walls in the middle of your room to sort of segment and separate sections of it, which I think is really nice, especially if you want to, I don't know, put like a bed in a separate spot, kind of create a bedroom out of a major or a larger room, things of that nature. But let's continue to redeem Nook Miles. We're going to go after a few more things. So I'm actually going to go after the design stuff here because these are incredibly necessary and they're going to be useful for expanding further. So let's get that. And yes, I am pretty much spending all of my Nook Miles right off the bat. So there we go. We can now access custom designs straight from the app, and we can do a little bit more with that, which is cool. But then we get into the Plus variant, which is going to make this all a lot better. And we're going to actually be able to access creator designs, which I am definitely going to be using in this playthrough, but I will obviously be crediting them every single time I do. I will also be putting, oh yeah, that's right. We also get Patterns Plus. I will also be showing the QR codes so that you guys have access to those and whatnot. I'm not going to hide anything in this game. I want every single thing to be accessible so you can use the exact same stuff. There we go. More added to the custom designs. All right. App has been updated. All right. So that's another one. Perfect. Now I can make even more items with Pro Custom Designs. I can't wait to start creating lots of new designs. All right. Let's go back in again. I know there's so much to get. This is why I wanted to hoard as much Nook Miles as possible. As many Nook Miles? As many Nook Miles as possible. Let's grab this. So now we got Custom Designs Pattern Plus. I believe actually this is the one where we can finally get creators stuff, excuse me. I think the other one, the first one, just gave us a lot more slots for storing our custom designs. I could be wrong on that, on which one is which, but getting every single one of these is probably something you want to get right away if you care about. Okay, yeah. So yeah, all of these are ones you definitely want to get like right off the bat because they are going to really open up the range of customization that you're going to have available to you. Okay, I think for the last one, I would love to just get all of this stuff right now, except for the one-on-one service. I really don't care about that too much. I think I'm going to get cool hairstyles, and that way I can make some changes to my hair. I'll get the other ones soon enough. We should be able to get a lot of Nook Miles today on top of everything else, which is why I'm not too worried. But there we go. And as far as getting all of the DIY stuff in here, I think I'm just going to be doing that off screen because I'm not going to make you watch me print off every single one of those things. But we have to find a mirror now and change our hairstyle up. It'll also give me an opportunity to finally get out of this hat. But let's sit and talk to Tom Nook because we got so much to go over. Like I said, this is going to be a long episode. Yes, this is the construction consultation counter. Before we begin, allow me to quickly explain the services offered at my counter. In addition to my normal duties, I can also talk about issues related to island construction. There are lots of fun little projects that will make the island a more comfortable place to live. I can help with building bridges or inclines, such as ramps and stairs, or even moving existing buildings. These are optional extras for your island experience, so these services will of course incur additional fees. With that information in mind, what do you think? How can I be of assistance to you? You wanted my help? Oh, you're already eager to hear how you can help out. Well, we've got a fine building for resident services now, and you've no doubt admired the plaza. It's primed and ready for major events, if I have anything to say about it. To think that we started with a deserted island and have grown into a bustling community. I wanted to do something grand to celebrate. Oh, yes, I have big plans. Tell me more. Got your attention. Our goal is to have the incredibly popular musician KK Slider come and put on a show here on Moreau. Levi, I'm sure you know who KK is, yes? I'm his biggest fan. I always knew you had excellent taste, Levi. By the way, his song KK Lament is my go-to karaoke song. So sorry about that. As you might guess, I'm a big fan. It's easy to get sidetracked talking about him. Back to our goal. If we hold a KK concert here, Moreau could become a household name. We've done a lot so far to further the development of this island, but a KK show would be the culmination of all our hard work. I'd love your cooperation, Levi. When you're ready for more details, come ask me what should I do. Let's keep talking. Okay, so first things first. Let's go over some of these things, and before I get into these two here, let's talk about these. So let's talk infrastructure. Chat, there's a number of things we can discuss. What do you have in mind? So we got layout changes and bridges and inclines. Okay, I'm not going to go over the layout changes really quickly. I'm actually just going to go into this menu, but I'll just kind of explain how this works. So in layout changes, this is where you can move any of the buildings except for resident services. Resident services is the one building where it's at, you are stuck with that for the entire game. You have to build around resident services. What you can move is any of the villager homes, the museum, the shop, and future other buildings that will be erected here a little bit later. There's going to be a couple more sites that I still believe we don't have access to just yet, but we'll be getting relatively soon. For layout changes, the thing that is most crucial about these is you cannot move buildings too close to where other buildings are. A very common tactic to get around this is to move buildings onto the beaches, let them sit there for a little while, and then move them back to the location you want them to be in. Of course, this does get rid of your coconut trees if you do that, but just keep that in mind. This is actually going to be come in handy because now that the tent is gone and the building is here, I actually want to move the museum here relatively soon. There is a fee associated with these. I believe every house is 10,000 bells, and every major building like the shop and the museum is 20,000 bells for every single time you move them. So keep that in mind. You're going to want to save bells for this. Now let's talk about bridges and inclines. Okay, with the renovation of resident services, we have something new for Getaway Package participants. This new service makes it easy and fun to add major projects such as bridges and inclines to the island. Major projects don't come cheaply, though. No. However, everyone who lives on the island can freely contribute toward the construction fees. We can discuss your island hopes and dreams, even if you don't quite have the funds together yet. Be advised, you can only have either a bridge or an incline under construction at any given time. So consider your plans carefully before discussing them with me. Now, would you like to discuss? Let's start with a bridge. Okay, so go ahead and pick one from our catalog, please. All right, so we get to a preview of all these bridges right here. See how much these cost, all right? You got 3 bridges here that are already more expensive than what I have in total. Well, actually 4 technically. And then you have all these bridges, which are pretty expensive. And then there's the log bridge, which is what we actually already crafted. This is the one we made to make it to the east side of the island earlier on in the game. You can no longer just craft one with a bridge kit in the DIY construction area. You have to actually pay for these now. But like he said, the costs are not up front. What will happen is you'll take a bridge kit, after quote-unquote buying it here. You'll take it where you want it to go. You'll place it in the spot, and then what will happen is a little gyroid buddy will sit next to the bridge. He will be the one collecting the funds. Now, Tom Nook did say that everybody can freely contribute. What he really means is every player character can freely contribute. Yes, the villagers on your island will contribute, but the amount is so paltry that if you were to solely rely on them to build your bridge for you and pay off the whole thing, you will be waiting around for literal years. So don't bother. You need to pay for these yourself. So I would highly recommend usually only grabbing these when you have the funds to do so. But obviously, this is nice for being able to get across certain rivers. But now let's talk about the inclines, okay? So I'm going to go right back into infrastructure, and we'll get to show off those so you can see what they all look like. So let's go right back in. Let's make an incline, and then we get to go over all these. So prices are basically the same. In fact, I believe they're pretty much the exact same. You got blue steel, red steel, brick staircase. No Zen staircases, unfortunately. So that's unfortunate that these aren't one-to-one the same designs as what you have in the bridge section, but a whole bunch of staircases that you can also get your hands on as well. Like you said, these are inclines. These will connect us to upper and higher levels. I am not going to really worry about inclines too much right off the bat because I would like to make some changes to the island before I do so, but these are going to come in handy a little bit later. And I should also add that you can only have a grand total of 10 inclines and 10 bridges per island. So don't try to get, I believe it's 10. Part of me also wants to say it's 8, but I believe it's 10 is the absolute limit. So keep that in mind as well, which is why I wouldn't get too gung-ho on buying all of these right off the bat, not until you're absolutely sure how you want your island to be shaped, and that will make more sense a little bit later. All right, let's go into what should I do. I take it this means you're all ready to hear the details of my plan to draw KK here to hold a concert. I call it Project K. This plan of mine is divided into 3 main stages. First, we need more visitors to come to our island. Next, we need more folks to move here. And finally, we work hard to increase the overall image of this island. We'll increase the number of tourists and residents, and we'll create a Moreau so loved. Word of how great this island is will reach KK, and he'll accept our offer to host a concert here. So for the first step, we'll increase the number of tourists by adding a campsite to our island. A campsite will make it easier for visitors to experience life here, and it'll make for great PR material too. With that in mind, could you get out your phone, Levi? All right. What you got for me, Tom? And done. I've sent you the recipe for a campsite construction kit. I want you to craft that and pick a great spot on the island for our new campsite. I'm counting on you. Okay. There we go. We have work from Tom. That's awesome. We're going to work on that here soon enough. But now, let's talk to Isabel. Oh, Levi, here you are already. At this counter, I can help you with both general issues and issues you may face with other residents. We can delve into the details when specific concerns arise. No need to worry about that right now. But since you're here, I may as well ask, do you have any specific concerns at the moment? Not particularly, but let's just go over all of it. All right, if there's anything I can assist you with in the future, please don't hesitate to ask. All right, let's see. Okay, so now we get the more specifics. All right. So we got change the island tune, change the island flag, and discuss a resident. She's going to have more options in the future, but right now this is all we have. So the island tune, this is a thing that has been ubiquitous across Animal Crossing, but every single time you talk to a character or interact with somebody, there's a little jingle that plays, and we can actually take a look at this real quick. The current island tune, it plays in multiple locations. I think the current, oh yeah, it also plays when the time hits even, and then the clock goes off too, and that also is where the sound comes from. But let's play it. Yeah, so, okay, so this is pretty much the default tune in New Horizons. Now, this one right here, you probably are wondering what sound this is. This is just a random sound, basically. This right here is a delay, so it basically increases the number of notes upon which the sound plays. So it basically turns it from a quarter note to a half note. And then these are just silence right here. So little breaks in the music. So we can do all sorts of stuff with the tune. I'm probably going to change it a couple of times throughout this playthrough. I'm going to leave it be for now. Then we have the island flag. The island flag is currently sitting right outside resident services. You can change the design on that. It's just a design like you would with anything else in your, as far as any other patterns go. Any custom design can go up there if you so desire. I'll probably change that at some point. Let's discuss a resident. What seems to be the problem, Levi, having trouble with another resident? I believe communication is key to solving any dispute, but if you've already tried talking with them, I will certainly intervene. I have no problem warning folks who use foul language or dress inappropriately. All right, so let's talk about how this works. I'm going to say yes, just for now. Which resident has been troubling you? Okay, so here's how this works. I can click on one of these residents if I so desire, and there's a couple things I can do about them. For one, residents are like sponges. They soak up a lot of things around them. This includes sayings and phrases as well as custom designs. Now, that's well and dandy and all, but if you happen to have people that you share an island with, or perhaps you have visitors or whatnot, and they decide to, I don't know, let's say sabotage something, give them an extremely vulgar or weird or inappropriate phrase, or clothing that's similar to that. Maybe somebody drew a dick on a pattern and then they gave that shirt to Marina, for instance. I can go into this menu and I can actually select Marina, and I can actually have her basically get rid of those clothes so that she'll never wear those again. And Isabel will take care of that for me. I love that. I don't like confrontation. Isabel's such a sweetheart. But yeah, you can basically get them to force them to get rid of certain aspects of their character that you're not liking at the moment. If you get rid of a certain phrase that they're saying, let's say it's something vulgar or whatnot, they'll just revert back to their default one, because every single villager has a default phrase that they will generally say in conversation. So, like Marina's, for instance, is blorp. Every time she is done talking, she says blorp at the end of a sentence. And if, like, let's say she changed it to, I don't know, go fuck yourself or something like that, you can have that changed. Or you could keep it because that's hilarious. But let's go in here really quickly. I just want to take a look around, see what we have in here. Just cardboard boxes, rusted parts. We have a cedar sapling for some reason. I just will leave all that be. All right, let's get on out of here. So we have some tasks ahead of us, and we also have a lot of stuff to take into consideration. So right now we are still somewhat limited on the customization. You also notice the museum is kind of in a rough spot right now because it's pretty much just directly behind resident services. We will solve that problem a little bit later. For now, what I'm going to do, first things first, I'm actually going to make a swinging bench. Just really, really quickly get that out of the way so that I can kill 2 birds with 1 stone, and then we'll head on into the shop. All right, that's done, and I also brought some of my materials with me, mainly the wood and actually some iron nuggets, so I hope you were saving up additional iron nuggets because you are going to need them here relatively soon. At least 15, I believe. But let's head on into Nook's Cranny really quickly. Let's talk to Timmy and Tommy, and we're going to do some selling and maybe a little bit of buying. I don't know, we'll have to see. I do need to get a little bit of money back. Ooh, I like the towel rack there, actually. I think I might actually end up getting that. So let's start by selling our pears as well as our swinging bench. That is the hot item of the day. All right, and we're going to get, not bad, 5,880. Cool, cool, cool. All right, and now let's head on over here really quickly, and I'm going to grab myself this bathroom towel rack, and it is 1,400 bells. Okay, that's not going to push me over the threshold, which is great. Now I'm going to head on over here. Let's take a look and see what's in here really briefly just to see if there's anything else. Got some different umbrellas, more flowers. Nothing really new here, so I'm going to leave all that be. And then as far as all this is concerned, the soothing tea room wall is actually a little bit tempting. I think I'll pass on that for now, but I'll swing back around and grab that a little bit later. And head on outside. We just took care of 2 Nook Miles things, including our ×5. So I'm going to turn both of those in. And that should actually put me a little bit closer to a couple of things. Also, hello there. You are in an interesting spot. I'm not running away, though, which is good. I guess it's because I'm not sprinting. But let's use these really fast. So there we go. It's also, fishing and spending, actually. I need to do that as well as talk to my villagers. Okay, pretty darn simple. So let's do that. Perfect. And now let's head on over here and let's take a look at our DIY workbench and let's make ourselves this campsite, the campsite. That's what I meant. I don't know why I was trying to add more. Oh, campsite construction kit. All right. I guess that makes sense. Let's craft it. And there we go. Okay, so now we need to find a place for this, but we're all done for now. That's pretty cool. Before I leave resident services, let me head back on inside. Well, actually, we're looping back here anyway. Let's go find a spot for this. First things first. So I was thinking about it, of all the different places, and this is actually a spot that's pretty wide open right here in the middle of all these trees. So why don't we just kind of place it right here, just kind of out of the way. I'd like to center it a little bit more if possible. So let's go more here possibly. Yeah, there we go. All right, let's see. We can also imagine it really quickly just to see how it's set up. And there we are. I know it even imagines what the tent looks like, even though more often than not, you are not going to have a tent there. I believe only 1 campsite visitor will usually show up per week at random. But we'll talk about the campsite here in a moment. And also, I do need to, well, first things first, I need to actually get my hands on, where are my bell bags at? Now that I think about it, let's go hunt those down. I need to go shake my 1 obligatory tree. There you are. Okay, I had a feeling it was over here. Would like to get some extra money as well, so let's grab all those. And let me pull out the obligatory 10. And we'll go back and plant our new tree. Again, just do this every day. It's a free 20,000, and that can buy you most low-key things, honestly. I also didn't even show how Nook shopping has gotten a little bit better with the resident services, too. I need to do that. All right, let's bury this. I think that's far enough away from the trees that it should be fine. If it's not, well, I'll be eating my words tomorrow, but we'll see. All right, let's head back on over this way. Now that the campsite is in place, it's going to, like I said, it's going to probably be built tomorrow. So let's head on in, but we're going to take care of a couple things before I talk to Tom. Or not. Levi, hello, hello. Have you found a good location for a campsite? Okay, I guess I have to do this now. Of course. Splendid. I can't wait to see the spot you picked out. Now that the location is settled, I can proceed with construction. Tomorrow we'll have a wonderful campsite for visitors. How exciting. All right, well, looks like we were done with Project K in the meantime. So now I'm going to head on over here, and I'm going to do a couple things. So first things first, loan payment. Pay from pockets. Entire thing. And there we go. All right. And that's another loan paid off, and we'll get to see what we get out of this. We'll talk to Tom in a second, but let me go into Nook shopping really quickly. See what we have in here. Special goods. Oh, so, okay, we did. For some reason, I thought we had the 3rd item up, but it looks like that is not the case yet. Well, in due time. Let's see. We got, KK Groove. I need to start buying music from these as well, just so that we can start adding to our collection, but I need to get a stereo first. I'm going to buy that really quickly. Oval glasses. Yeah, I'm going to buy those. And then I think I'll pass. Well, let's get the hose reel. Why not? That should probably push us over. And now, okay, remember how we were on Photopia and we got to add a couple of characters through Amiibo? This is where you actually get to get their posters. So every single character you add through Photopia, you have the option to grab their posters. This is especially nice if you have people that are already on your island, so you can add them as well. I mean, if you want the memories of certain villagers added to your home, this is the way to do it. And they're not really expensive, only 1,000 per. I kind of like that. It's a nice little feature. Seasonal, is there anything here that's new? No, there's not. Okay, we're good. Let's go talk to Tom about our house upgrade now. So signing off. And in case it wasn't immediately obvious, you're probably not going to be talking to Isabel all that much, at least not yet. You're going to mostly be talking to Tom for a lot of customization-related things. Isabel does have her functions, but I generally use her a lot less, unfortunately. All right. So he is obviously hinting at another home upgrade, so let's do that. You like to talk about your home? Oh, but there's something I should tell you first. Along with layout assistance, I'm ready to help when residents want to move their homes. That's something we can do even if you're still repaying your loan if you're interested. All right, I've kept you waiting long enough. How can I help you? I want to expand. For your home, I think adding a new room would be nice. If we add it on the back, it won't change the look of the home, but you'll get so much more space. It'll also keep the construction costs down, relatively speaking. This will require taking out a loan of... That's not down. That is the most expensive loan yet, but let's do it. Excellent. I'll get the construction started right away. Everything should be ready for you by tomorrow morning. So exciting. Well, you're not going to let me change my roof? Well, that's lame. But all right, there we go. So our house is now officially bigger, and that is even more exciting. Well, at least it will be bigger in the morning. So we have that to look forward to, as well as the campsite. While I make my way around the island and take care of a couple of things, let's talk about the campsite really quickly. So the campsite is something that works in multiple ways. Every single day there is a possibility, although I believe, like I said, I think it only happens on average once a week, a villager will show up to the campsite, and it's completely random. It is you have no more control over that than you do over the villagers you land on, or you find on Nook Miles Islands, with one exception, but we'll talk about that in a moment. So a random villager shows up, they will be in their tent, and you will actually be able to do multiple things with them. You'll be able to play different card games, get basically clothing items and furniture and all that sort of stuff by winning these card games, and just interact and play with them in a way that you wouldn't normally with other villagers. On top of that, if you pester them enough, there is an actual chance that they will want to move onto your island. Now, if you have an open plot, they will just do this straight away. If you do not have an open plot, however, they will try to basically force a villager out. Now, which villager they force out is completely random, so you're going to want to soft reset this if you don't have any open plots. Sometimes they will also be like, hey, I want to move here, but you don't have any open plots, so they'll be like, but it just can't be helped. So what you need to do is you need to go and talk to Tom and be like, look, I want to put out an open plot so that this villager can move there. Then they should be able to do that straight away. Again, assuming that your villager count isn't at the max capacity, which is 10. However, the campsite is also a place for hosting amiibo villagers. So, for instance, all of those villagers that I brought up with amiibos in Photopia, I could technically, if I wanted to, bring them to my campsite and then invite them to my island. Now, the villagers that you bring via amiibo are much easier to persuade to move in, and you can actually choose who they boot out at any given moment. There's not so much chance anymore when it comes to who they're going to try to replace if you have villagers at max capacity, for instance. So this is a way for you to completely control which villagers you want. Amiibos work great. You could also, just buy some NFC tags or chips and make your own amiibo. It's incredibly easy to do. Would recommend. But otherwise, yeah, use the amiibo cards if you want to. Use basic amiibo, although I don't believe there's any amiibo figurines that have villagers in them. And the cards that are not compatible are obviously like variants on essential characters like Timmy and Tommy or Isabel or characters of that nature. Their cards are not going to function in the same way because obviously they can't be residents on your island, given that they already are and are, different from the regular villagers. So, that is pretty much the function of the campsite. Again, you can have them move to your island if you want. That is kind of the main idea with them. I don't think that is growing. I might have to move this. Hold on. I think this palm tree is stunted. Let's, because it should be up a level by today, but it isn't. What I'm going to do is I'm actually going to place it between these two, if possible. Maybe right there. Yeah, I'm going to place it between those two, and then I'm going to let it grow here, and then I will relocate it once it is all fully grown up. There we go. Okay, hopefully that will continue to actually bloom from there. Why did I grab the ladder out? I wanted the vaulting pole. Let's make our way back across, and there we go. All right, yeah, lots of things to go over. Oh my goodness, I'm actually surprised that we have as much time in this episode as we do. Let's take a look at our Nook Miles. I'm going to turn in a couple of these. You know what? Why don't we go talking to some villagers, and then we can knock this out, but we can also say hello to some characters, including Apple, who we actually haven't met properly. Like, we saw her when she was moving in, but we actually haven't sat down and had a conversation with her yet. What's up, Rory? Looking Bill, Capital. What's up? You can't beat a cold protein shake after a hard workout. I live for that first sip. Oh, gosh. Most protein shakes are nasty, dude. Are you kidding me? Honestly, I was hoping the new resident services building would have a public gym. Don't get me wrong, the building is great, but it's wild to think this used to be a deserted island, but still, gym. I mean, if that's what you want, Rory, maybe you could put in a petition for it and we can all vote or something. It doesn't really feel like a democracy around here when the only person who has an opinion that means anything is me, but whatever. All right, let's go and see who else we can talk to. Also, hello there, Balloon. I'm going to shoot you down really quickly. There's Agnes. I was wondering where she was. She's been running around the island all day. Is she doing the plane thing? Because I love it when they do the plane thing. Hold on. Got it. There we go. Yes, she's doing the plane thing. Oh, I love it. Hey, what's up, Snuffle? Rocking the day along? I stopped for a chat. Love how chill it is here. Like, you can sleep till noon and nobody even notices. I mean, you know what? I guess I will admit I didn't notice because it's already noon right now. Ooh, I got a football. I mean, cool. That's actually pretty nice. Wait, hold on. Is that actually the NFL shield? It sure frickin' looks like it. Hello? I mean, that is, like, basically the same. It's probably slightly different for copyright reasons, but, man, they didn't even try to, like, hide that. That's really funny, actually. All right, let's go see if we can say hello to Apple in her house. Like I said, I really like peppy villagers, so she's probably hilarious. Hello? Let's see what her house looks like. Oh, she's building something. Well, I guess we can't have a proper conversation with her. This is cute. Oh, my gosh. This is absolutely 100%, like, a 15-year-old girl's dream room. Like, 100%. That's kind of hilarious. Okay, let's talk to him. Talk to her. Oh my gosh, I have such good taste. I'm basically a DIY trendsetter. Oh, hello. Something on your mind, Levi? What are you making? Well, I'm making a cardboard tip. Really? Okay. I dreamt the idea when I fell asleep watching Maglev's in Love. It's about trains in love. One of them. Hang on. Not important. It doesn't matter if Maglev and Mike took their relationship off the rails. Oh my gosh, that is such a bad pun. Because I'm building a thing. Hey, Levi, do you not want to know how to make a cardboard table too? I suppose I will. I mean, the first pop star / fashion designer / DIY guru. Oh yeah, every peppy type wants to be a pop star. So I write down all my recipes. Here you go. I already love her. Oh my gosh, Cheekers, it's so way easy. You'll slap one together in no time, Levi. If I remember correctly, this table is literally just 4 cardboard boxes sewn together. I'm not even kidding. Let's take a look. And you literally just need to go get cardboard boxes to do it. Yep, that's exactly what it is. It is 4 cardboard boxes pushed together to act as a table. That is so freaking funny. Okay. Anyway, let's go say hi to... I mean, there's 2 villagers we still haven't said hi to yet. Also, I see a fossil just out of the corner of my eye, so I'm going to go up here and grab that really quickly. Definitely worth it. We want to go talk to Marina and Cranston still. So we will definitely do that. There we go, another fossil. Not bad, not bad. Man, one of these days, you know, I'm really hoping to get some, like, good luck with Nook Miles islands, but it's just been not happening for me right off the bat. I'm hoping that at some point I'll be able to actually find some really interesting stuff. It's going to be nicer, too, when I actually start looking for more villagers and whatnot, which will happen soon. In fact, I think it's going to actually start happening tomorrow. Let's head on in here and talk to Marina, and then I gotta figure out where the heck Cranston is. There's a good chance, if you can't find a villager by any means, it's actually pretty likely that they're hiding in one of either the shop or the museum, actually. And finding someone in the museum can actually be quite tricky. Thanks for coming by, Blurp. What's the latest? So easy to forget to appreciate yourself, to ignore what you most like seeing in the mirror. But I think what I'd say is that I just like seeing me in the mirror. Every day, we all get a little bit better at being us, Blurp. Wow, you are so unbelievably positive, Marina. All right, well, it's kind of thrilling, isn't it? Well, I suggest you try using a wooden full-length mirror. It's a great way to explore different aspects of your personality. Can I use yours? I can! Okay, so let's take a look at our hairstyles really quickly. So, now we have options for a bunch more. Ah, yes. This is my preferred hairstyle right here because this is honestly the closest to how I actually have my hair. But yeah, you got a whole bunch of options here, a bunch of good ones too. I don't know if I would call that one cool. I would call that more like you're probably going to get hit in class. But I mean, I don't know. Maybe that's a little harsh of me. This is the Bad Omens lead singer's haircut. Okay, you know, that one's actually not too bad. I call this the Josh Jepson, for anyone who gets that reference. Interesting. You know, and then, oh yeah, we do have some lady hairstyles too. We can go over those a little bit. Some of these are pretty darn good. I actually do like those, but I'm going to go with this one because this is like me to a T. So we'll just leave everything else as is. And there we go. All right. Yeah, perfect. Got to wear the hair long. Got to have it all messy and ruffled. And should also mention, I have very curly hair, so that's why my hair grows out like that. It looks very boring and straight when it is short, but otherwise it comes out like this. And yeah, it's interesting. Probably should also get myself some facial hair at some point, but I don't know. I'm not really rushing for that too much. Okay, cool. Let's go see if we can track down Cranston really quickly and say hello to him before we call this an episode. He's probably around here somewhere, but... Oh, he's literally out here. Okay, here we go. Yay, you out for a walk? Let's talk. Moreau is the perfect size. Too big to see across, but too small for a sea monster to attack. I mean, yeah, you know, yeah, I think a sea monster could attack this place just fine. It'd gobble everything up and move along. We'd be like it's like a snack or something. Everyone's been saying that you were burying bells yesterday. Is it true that sometimes bells turn into trees? Man, what kind of fruit grows on that tree, Sweatband? That would be bell fruit, buddy. And actually, is bell fruit actually a thing? Because that totally sounds like it would be a real type of fruit. All right, but there we go. We got ourselves some more Nook miles. And look how much we gained already. That was 2,100 just by doing some absolute basics. So I am pretty happy about that. As for this episode, though, guys, I think we're probably done. We are pretty much hitting a point now where it's all going to just be straight progression for a few more days as we do. Ooh. Hold on, can I get you? Can I get you? Can I get you? Oh, shoot, it's going to run away. That right there is the rare dragonfly that I am looking for. That is called a banded dragonfly. I have not really been able to run into them at all. Oh, shoot. Where did it go, though? I don't want to chase it either, because if you try sprinting at it, you'll never catch it. It's probably already gone. Banded dragonflies are really hard to catch, but honestly, not as hard to catch in this game as they were in previous Animal Crossing games. If I remember correctly, there is, I want to say it was one of the early games, GameCube or DS or something to that effect. But in those games, the banded dragonfly would literally go across in a straight line. And if you did not already have your net at the ready, you were not catching it. It was just gone. It would zip by you and you were done. And that was really annoying. This one, it's much more doable, but you got to be patient and you got to be quiet and careful. But it looks like I've already lost the guy. So unfortunately, I'm probably not going to get my hands on it. Alas. Anyways, yeah, lots of progression for the next couple of episodes as we continue to work towards getting KK Slider here. That Project KK, once that is all said and done, that is the cutoff that I am looking for. Not to end this Let's Play, of course, but to the point where we are going to be actually jumping ahead in time a lot. I've been hinting at that for a while. We're going to be getting to that point here relatively soon. And actually, the month of July is really where I'm going to start to buckle down and really start racking up the bells, racking up the miles, racking up the goods, expanding my house and really going gung-ho on that, as well as trying to truly create the island of our dreams and making something a little bit better, a little bit nicer. But a lot of that is going to be time-consuming. A lot of that is going to be very tedious. I am not going to be showing absolutely all of it here on screen because that would just take so unbelievably long, but bear with me. We are going to get around to doing a lot. We've got so much left to do. We are technically still in the tutorial phase. However, I should also point one last thing out. With resident services now open, we no longer get the exact same background overworld theme playing at all times. This is when the game finally hits the point where it has a different theme song playing at each hour. So if we listen right now... This is the titular, oh, there was the banded dragonfly. This is the titular 12 p.m. music. So if you like this music for whatever reason, you're going to want to try to play it at the same time each day. If you're wondering why you're constantly getting the same music, this is also why. Okay, come on. Can I get you over here? Get up, get up, get up. Oh, man, I was hoping I could preempt that. Okay, I'm just going to watch him like a hawk. Here, hold on. Come on back across the river, buddy. There we go, there we go, there we go. Just keep watching. There. Oh, gosh, I got too close. Come on. I'm going to see if I can get this before this episode's all said and done. You got to give him a wide berth. What you got to do is wait for him to come backwards and then try to catch him. Right there. There we go. Got it. That is actually a really rare insect right there. Caught a banded dragonfly, one of the hardest bugs to catch in the game. All right, good way to end this episode, I think. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you all so very much for watching this episode of Let's Play Animal Crossing. I hope you all enjoyed it very, very much, and I will see you all in the next one.